Okay guys, I made a video with this stream I did yesterday with the phone upside down. I straightened it out and now I'm gonna show it to you. This is what I woke up to this morning, guys. Yeah, look, the spoon is going nuts. She's loving it. This is a little bit of live ASMR for you. Yeah, see? That is empty. We haven't refilled it because it's a little broken and I need to make more money. I don't have enough money. I make that for the little hummingbirds and I make the fat when I can. The fat cakes, you know. But yeah, that's my exercise ball that I have to refill. I have to cover my chair here, guys, because this is what I did to cover up there. I bought 2 of those. I couldn't do anything else. I have vertigo when I go too high up, so ever since one of my eyes started seeing less than the other, that's when it started being worse. But I still try. I'm a stubborn goat. Yeah, so this is what, you know, none of this is, some of this is mine, very little things, but I used a lot of garbage they left behind to, you know, make the fence in the back. And there's a bunch over here. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but it looks like a path. It's really cool. So I take the good. Look, the amount of trees I have around my house, guys. Is this freaking awesome. It's like being in the middle of the forest, but we're not. And we're behind the Jewish temple over there where they pray a lot. And then, you know, there are other old homes and, you know, it's very quiet here. But yeah, we are, I put my mat because it got ruined and it's softer to walk on for the dogs. You know, I just try to make them comfy. And down here, same thing. Yeah, I love blue, can you tell? I love pink too, but blue is a color that always gives me so much peace. I love blue and purple. It's not raining, sorry, it's still snowing. Very little, but it's still snowing, yeah. You know you can't go inside. What's the rule in this house? And the rule is I have to jump on the couch so I don't make too much mess because Mommy hates mess. Because she cleans a lot. And this is our couch. Yeah. Look what I did to the leather couch, guys. Mommy had to put a tape. And here it's covered because I chewed this part so bad. She's taking one of her, like she destroys everything. That little mouse is so powerful. Even my German Shepherd Akita, she was distracted, but this puppy, man, she is insane. I hope it's showing it correctly. As I'm streaming, I'm testing this. Yeah, look, she wants to play. Where is the other Bali? What did you do with it? Sometimes it's, oh, there it is. Sometimes it's behind there, right? So let me see if I can throw it for her. Look, she already is out there. How much fun can it be? Oh, I almost hit her in the face because I'm very good. Yeah, I just wanted to show you a little bit. And since, you know, I can't go out too much because I'm on Wi-Fi, so I don't really use Wi-Fi other than my phone. When the rare time I use it, I really hate this kind of energy and stuff. Woo! I almost got it. Shit. Sorry, I didn't even show it. I need to become a better cameraman, or woman, should I say. Definitely a woman. She's so funny. So yeah, I mean, it's been a really crappy kind of 10 days in a way. Lots of things went fucked. And then I hope my computer is working. I still haven't checked. I should. Yeah, you think I can throw that? You go get the volley. It's right there. This is not a ball, sweetie. This is like the remainder of a ball you destroyed. Yeah, every morning I kind of come out and clean all this area, but today I don't really have a lot of time. I'll do it later. I have to do a lot of stuff. I just wanted to show you quickly. Yeah, welcome to Canada, guys. The communist country where, you know, they try and impose their pharma on everybody, and we don't want it. Where they don't take care of your teeth. Everybody thinks our medical system is so great. It's not. If you don't know, when you have teeth issues that go, you know, unresolved, you get a lot of other issues. Sure, you can change your diet, and usually takes care of it, but yeah. So Italy is worse. So if you're wondering why we couldn't get to Australia, and I say thank God, considering what they have been through, and the US were too expensive to get in, because apparently, you know, when you're Italian you get screwed no matter what. Every country treats you like a fucking leper. But you're from France. If you're from France, welcome in Canada. We won't even need your visa. No, we'll give it to you. It's freaking hilarious. But we're all equal, I promise. Not. And then when you talk about it, they call you negative. It's like, no, this is life, people. It's the reality. And when you're always on the shitty end of the stick, and even if you're not always there, but you're someone with some kind of sense of justice and fairness, it sucks, you know? Yo, Malpezi, how are you, buddy? Glad you're there. I can't mod because I'm on my phone right now. I should have probably put it on emotes only, but I rarely get trolls in here. Yeah, so this is the puppy and the snow we got last night. I woke up to this, and you know, yeah. Hopefully it'll get warmer tomorrow because it's around -2 today. I'm not really that cold. I actually feel warmer ever since I started this fruit diet thing, and I have stopped drinking coffee for a bit because, you know, I really want to just heal finally, completely, if I can. It'll be nice to have a life without pain, you know. And yeah, so this is not ours, like this is our neighbors, but they don't come out of that door. I put the plastic bag because they used to have a cardboard, and I don't want people to come here and see inside and break in their place and then they blame us. I did all this. I organized it, you know, I made it so it's half decent because I'm not used to living in shitholes. Like, you know, let me rephrase it. I've always lived in shitholes, but I always make them better because I have some sense of self-love and dignity, and, you know, I just can't stand living in a pigsty. I don't know how anyone can. That's my limit. Hey, but they're too busy watching EOs, right? Faking being abused and supporting them with their money. Yeah, keep giving money to millionaires, people. The millionaires who then invested in 7-Elevens, which is the, you know, any corporation is the modern version of slavery, if you haven't realized it yet, people. So I've read that apparently the communist ways are going to England, apparently, and they're gonna start using AI to control the population. If I was people, I would move out of all big cities, which is why I've been talking about it. I don't want to be in a big city. I'm not exactly, you know, close to downtown, but we're not like so far either. Like these people, you know, these problems extend, but where it's urban, you know, and I want to be part of none of it. So I didn't create the problem, and I ain't paying for it, that's for sure. This is what I love. This is why we came to Canada, for nature. If we wanted art, beauty, fashion, we would have stayed in Italy because we got it all there, including the awesome, healthy, good food. Yep. But it's so corrupted that honestly, I couldn't live there. I would get pissed off constantly. I'm okay. I've had a few issues. Computer breaking yesterday. I was sick. The very close family friends, like a father to my roommate, is in the hospital. He almost died of one of his valve in his heart detached, and usually people just die when that happens. He was magically saved. And when I met this man, I met him once. I saw everything as usual because I am a real healer, and we see things, unfortunately, even when we don't want to. I saw he was abused. I saw he had heart issues. But of course, I couldn't say anything, and because I just met them, and they think I'm a freak anyway, because they're all pharma, slaves. The pharmakia, that shit they talk in the Bible, that you shouldn't use, they're all slaves to that. They think that's scientific. It makes me laugh each time I hear someone say that. But of course, this is just my opinion and my lifelong experience. What do I know, right? What do I know? But yeah, I saw it, and when it happened, I couldn't believe, I was a fuck again, I wish I was wrong in those things, in seeing them anyway. If you look at these are the Amazon pants, guys. Yeah, this is how I woke up. And then I have to basically clean them, that's why I came out here. Yeah, this is the result of the dogs. And, I usually shake them. But it takes so much to take this stuff off. I should do an ASMR video on this. Maybe some people love it. So yeah, this kind of drives me mental. But I don't go crazy because bad throw. Holy shit, I fucked it up big time, guys. No, she's not gonna be able to get it. That was a bad throw with my left arm. No, she got it. You are a tough little dog, aren't you? Give it to Mama. I'm trying to teach her to give it to me. Very successfully, can you tell? She does give it to me more. I just don't play with her unless she does, usually. I don't pick it up from the floor. I tell her, just... See? Because usually she runs out there before I throw it. What challenge is that? You gotta give it to me first. And then, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the pretty girl thinks I'm a nice mom. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, I changed the world. This is my recycling. Yes. Well, I have one out here. I'm gonna throw it on this side. I'm gonna make her. That one is the big recycling. But this is so when we come out, I don't go in the mess. And you have to forgive me because I'm so good at cameramanship, guys. Shit. Yeah. Get some tape and use that. Oh, don't worry. I actually have a thing that I use for ASMR. There are two of them, and one of them works really well. But usually, Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. So, and this is the stove.
I went outside too far from the Wi-Fi.
And behind, look how dirty it is, guys. I can't get to it because it's too tiny for me to insert myself. But this is what they did. I had those things above here. They knocked them over because they managed to go up. So I put cleaning products here that I don't really use because I'm allergic to this. Even is natural, but I'm allergic if I use too much of it. This I'm allergic. I use this for the rats mostly because they don't like it. I'm gonna get mothballs. And under there, look how filthy it is, guys. And then here, they go behind here. Here is where there is the heater, right? So this is where I put the dog's food, okay? So they can't get in this cabinet, luckily. And if you're wondering what all these boxes are, it's because it's stuff for the kitchen that I cannot take out, you know? Like, look, this is where I have my spices. That's all the space. Like, I use some of my containers to basically, you know, for books to do this. And then I did this because when you don't have a lot of money, you know, I have panels on the other side for sound to block it even more. I was just basically trying to block the sound a little bit. And these are all boxes that I need to keep, so I have to put them all up here because, you know, otherwise they chew everything. And there is a little storage in there, and they went in there, and that's where they destroyed my guitar. And again, this same thing, I haven't bothered to take out stuff because they chew absolutely everything. So, and if you look at the floor, I mean, I repaired it because look, like when you step on it, it actually caves in. I did this, not a great job, but this is how the place came, guys. This is how the place came. You know how unhealthy that is? And I can't change it. So I clean. Look at the shower. Like, I try to take that out. It won't come. But thank God Trudeau cares about us, right? So this is our bathroom. I have to put all the plants in the bathroom because it's the only place I have, and I have to clean somehow because they have been going through a bit of a something in these past few days. But yeah, I had to buy the mirror. There was no mirror. I can't use the proper lights, so I had to run this cord from here, here, and here. And this is where I get my electricity for my computer, which comes from here, where also the fridge is attached. So yeah, I had to buy these plugs because we didn't have enough plugs. I had to buy this because otherwise I couldn't have had enough, you know. And I see that someone has been here again, one of the rats, because you see the 3D here, which I covered with this so they don't go after it. Yeah, that was bent over. Let me turn that on. I found one, so at least. This is my little corner. This is all I have for myself, you know, and to keep stuff. And yeah, they have sort of left that alone for now. This is my ASMR, you know, thing. It seems messy, but it's not. It's just, I have a lot of triggers. And this is the fireplace that you used to see in the stream. It's a real fireplace. I took the video, I did everything myself. It's just off right now because it'll be too much juice to take away for, you know. Those are my instruments that I'm learning, trying to. And this is what the rats did. This case, I keep my stuff perfectly because I'm not a slob. But yeah, this is the shit that I went through. My drums that I use on the stream. And this is the other cabinet that I don't use as much. And you see all this, guys? All this dirt? Yeah. All I do is clean. Yeah, this stuff is always loud. Christmas moose. I can't stop laughing when I see that. It always makes me laugh. For Canada, you know, Christmas moose. So I did this. I put this on because, you know, it was just really crappy. And I needed to have some background that was decent. This is my desk. This is where I work from. This is where I do it all. So I certainly haven't had the jump start and help that a lot of the streamers get, you know? And also I don't get promoted on the front page or from anyone really with any form of true pull. Because they all, like, they share you because, you know, they're polite and kind, but it's certainly not because they really respect or value what I do. Otherwise, of course, there would be a lot more people truly supporting. And also, maybe people wouldn't, kick me from their server and demod me after they modded me, and I never asked for it. And without even saying a word to me. It's like, wow. Really? That's kindness. That's true kindness. What can I say? Anyway, you've seen it. I hope you enjoyed it. With the banter and the... Oh, it's not really banter. I'm just chatting about life and stuff. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not here to fool you and make you love me because I'm so nice when I don't really give a shit about you. I actually care, and I'm just truthful and honest. I honestly don't understand why people have such a hard time being kind, sharing good content instead of, shit, and just generally speaking, respecting people who, unlike them, have been helping others for free for a long time, have been healers for a long time, real healers, not the pretend ones you see with all the bullshit, fake bullshit that they're inventing now to feel superior, It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. But the body heals itself when in a state of relaxation, so healers don't heal you. They just help you go in relaxation, and they know how to help the energy. And also they can feel and see when you're hurting, or where you're hurting, what kind of problem you have. And it's amazing how precise we are, much more than those machines. I'll give you a couple of examples. When my dad had heart failure, I went in the hospital with him, and I told them right away, this is the heart, for sure. They took 24 hours, the geniuses in the ER, to realize that it was the heart. And then they went to my mother. They were laughing in my face at first. And then we went to my mother and said, oh, your daughter was right. Like, yeah, no shit. And like you, I use stuff that actually works. But it was obvious, even on the x-rays. They were just idiots. Then when my mom, got cancer, they told her she had cancer in the uterus, and it was in the bladder. And I kept insisting, Mom, it's in the bladder. It's in the bladder. Asked them to check the bladder. It's right there. It's right next to the uterus. I mean, how hard is it, right? Her doctor kept, trying to push it. And then eventually he said, oh, yeah, okay, let's do it, because she kept insisting. And when she went, the tumor in the bladder was so big that the specialist said, why did you wait? And she said, no, my daughter kept telling me to check the bladder, and my doctor didn't want to. It wasn't me. It was my medical doctor who didn't want to. He was convinced it was the uterus. Then she also got it in the uterus. Just saying, for those of you who think Reiki and all this stuff is just like everything else, it's not, guys. Sure, I also probably have some kind of gift, because I've always had that since I was a kid. I could always call out things, see things and stuff, but and I would never just trust what I feel. Like, I'm always kind of disappointed when I see things in people, illnesses and that are serious, and then they become true. I always hope it's just me being hypochondriac, but it's never the case. And throughout my life has been over and over this stuff. And so I think it's very stupid for people to deny the reality of this. And that's why Dawson Church, for example, is trying to push, the community to realize that Reiki has been used in hospitals, for example, to help with chemotherapy. For those of you who believe poison will heal you, go right ahead. It's your body, your choice, right? But Reiki helps lessen the symptoms. So, this stuff has been proven. Look, she really wants to play, so I should throw one more. If you give it to me, I'll throw it. Otherwise, I'm not playing with you. You know the rules, buddy. I am a nice mama, but... Oh, shit, again. Sorry, guys. I am really bad at cameramanship. It's because I'm using my hand. I'm not using my stand right now. I wasn't planning on doing any long stream. I just wanted to, make a few videos and see how they turned out. And then I watched the VOD on my computer so I can see. Look, I'm not picking it up. You know the rule. You have to give it to my hand. I'm a lazy mom. Yeah, I'm old. Well, I'm not that old, but some days it truly does feel like chronic pain destroys you, you know. And my kind of pain does not get any break from the government or help, so I'm on my own. Gotta work as if I wasn't broken. And that's fine because I'm a workaholic anyway. I like moving around, you know. But yeah, sometimes having some help would be nice. You know. But I help myself. I'm always working on new stuff. And something's gotta give eventually, right? Something will work out. Look at her. She's such a goof. I love this puppy. You know, I'm gonna show you why I call her my white supremacist too. Have fun. Come up here. Look guys, look. She's mostly white under there. Like, she's really mostly white. I often wonder how this dog can stay so clean. But her fur is really easy to keep, actually. It's probably the easiest dog I've had. Her and Pepsi for fur. The two. The Frou-Frou. Check her out, guys. This is the Frou-Frou. Hi, Frou-Frou. Do you feel guilty for what you did yesterday to my computer? No. Because you spent time with us and I love it. Hi, guys. I'm Lizzie. I'm sleeping. And I want some love. Will you cuddle me, Mama? Are you a bear cub? No, I'm a dog. I just look like a bear cub. Oh, she's so fluffy and cuddly. I love this puppy dog. I love both of them. I miss Minnie a lot, but, you know, you gotta keep going. That's my old keyboard. I mean, I keep it as backup. It's actually bigger than the new one I put out that was my backup. And I'm trying to get used to it. I hope I can type properly today. And I should check if my computer is working, guys. What do you think? I'll leave the door open a minute because it stenches in here of mice shit. Yeah, welcome to my world. So, yeah, so that's where I put the other mixers. I put away a couple. Yes, it's working. Yes, thank God. Look, that screen is great. Thank God. Thank God. Because I have to work in. Awesome. Thank God. Yeah, every morning I have to come and clean because these animals go everywhere. It's pretty clean now because I guess I was up late last night. I have to do this on this side. See how tight quarters these are? Now you see why I can't have also a piano or, you know, like any keyboard or anything. Yeah, I can't. That's my dog. That's my first dog, Grappa. I love Grappa. So that screen here is like 15 years old or something like that. This one is going on 10. Just so you know. These are the mics. This is how I have my setup. Because mics actually pick up sound matter when they're up. That's what I found. And there's one up there. And then when I introduced the 3DO, then, you know, I have that too. But this mixer is great. It's just it's giving me troubles with the power supply. I can't find a second one. I'm having a lot of issues. I love Behringer there. I think that for the money you spend, it's really good sound quality. But, you know, I need new headphones. Because those are broken. So they keep cutting out. Yeah, this is my stuff in boxes. And yeah, this is how I had to live. And wires everywhere, you know, because there are no plugs. It's kind of living like, you know, camping halfway. Look, the vent is up there, so the vent shoots right in the dishes. So I basically wash the dishes if I use them. I don't look, she's going nuts. There you go. We're catching her doing zoomies, guys. She loves it. Let me go out so you can see better. She's nuts. She loves it. Do you love it? Are you happy that I opened that for you? Huh? So you can do your zoomies and be a crazy dog. Look at her. She's nuts. She's nuts. I'm a happy dog, Mama. I'm so happy, Mama. Hi. Yeah, so in Vancouver, they give drugs to drug addicts, right? And this is from the woke people, apparently. I haven't investigated myself enough, but this is what the story is. And, they insisted that we have to not label them and stuff, which is fine. I mean, labeling is stupid. But you don't give drug addicts drugs. It's just going to make the problem worse for them. And it's like, giving candy to someone like me who, I couldn't stop eating candy when I was a kid because my grandma, she also, it was a stress reliever, and sugar, makes you happy when you're stressed, blah, 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 but destroys your liver if you don't know. Refined sugar. So, that's why I always had those problems. So if you have liver problems, be aware it's not just drinking. It can be, sugar. There are other agents that will destroy your liver, including epilepsy. Not epilepsy, sorry. Is that blood? Did you cut yourself somewhere? I don't know if that was blood. I cleaned it, but did you cut your paw again? You stinky dog. Well, I have stuff to disinfect it, but natural. See, look. This is one of the best disinfectants, natural, and you can brush your teeth as well. Yeah, this is Canadian, but you can buy whatever. And I think that one is it raw? No, it's expeller pressed. It's not raw, but it's raw is better. But the lesser you work oils, the better. When they heat up, it's not so good for them, apparently. But I used to work for one of the biggest wholesalers of natural products in Vancouver. I used to, sell to naturopaths, homeopathic doctors and stuff. So I asked all of them, by the way, how to get over my psoriasis. And for all of you who use probiotics, just FYI, actual science has shown that vegan probiotics are the most effective. So if you use probiotics, make sure they're vegan. Cow milk is for cows, it's not for human beings. I'm sorry to break it to all of you who are still brainwashed like that. It's not very good for us, and it's too rich in casein, and it makes us very acidic, and so causes a lot of osteoporosis. But it's not medical advice. I'm just throwing it out there for a lot of people don't know this. Go check out proper information, guys. Stop believing the lies that the pill poppers and those who want to sell you pills, the patented pills, want you to believe. And just so you know, there's tons of people in the world who never have used and never will use pharmacare, and they are just fine. So for all of you who believe pharmacare is so indispensable, it's not at all. And if you break a bone, there are actually meridians in your body where you can stick needles and they'll stop the pain. And this stuff has been used in Egypt and in many places for a long time, but they can't patent that stuff, so they can't constantly make money off of it, and that's why they don't share it. Just like EFT techniques, they're free, they're easy to learn, anyone can do them, so why would they share them, right? When they can make shit ton of money convincing you that you're broken and you need to take pills. So, alright, so anyway, I can't stop looking because it's really nice, but I have to go. This was inside my bedroom and I didn't have any place to put it. I don't have pictures, and I know it's Satan Claus, this guy. It's not Santa, it's Satan. Same letters, by the way. But I just love the happy stuff. So I know what Christmas is all about, this commercial bullshit, but I just like happy, things. And I put up the mirrors. Yes, hi. Yeah, it's me. I put up the mirrors because I wanted the place to look a little, lighter and bigger. So I always have this guy going. Yeah, this is a oven. Thanks to the mice, it fell down because they pushed it and I didn't notice. I was cleaning, it fell and it broke. It was brand new. So we have been, it's the only oven we have. And then we have a stovetop, but that oven doesn't work. It's gas. I mean, if you look under here, yeah, I do want to show you. So whenever you keep donating money, and buying subs from millionaires, realize you're supporting people who don't need your help, and thanks for overlooking people like me all the time. Just because I am not a pharma care pusher, And that shows how you all are. All of you who cut me out and don't promote me like the others, because I'm not one of those people who pushes all the cult agendas. Nope, because I stand for truth, freedom, and real health. And what they've done in the past 3 years, this draconian bullshit rules, is not at all freedom. And it's despicable. My body, my choice. Remember that. Yeah, this is from the roof. Alright, so I'm gonna make some breakfast from my wonderful cabinet here. Look, this is where all my food is. This is the only place where I have my food, you see? And my mom actually sent me some chocolate, but I can't have it now until I'm done with this diet. This is the one I use. This is I called it chicuta, but chicuta is that deadly plant that kills you. That I think was Aristotle that took it and died. This is the chicory coffee, and sometimes, see, I make my own popcorn. Non-GMO, because popcorn is one of the most engineered, GMO stuff. This is to make bread, but I am not doing anything of that right now. These are the soups I eat sometimes. Oh, the mushrooms, the shiitake mushrooms, very nice for you. See, this is the kind of chocolate that my roommate that I eat, guys. I cannot eat dairy. I mean, it's not good for anybody, but I certainly can't. See this, for example? I always have to clean constantly, because the mice come in from there, from other places. Who the hell knows? They are just insane, guys. They go behind this fridge, which is, another story altogether. It leaks the fridge, so I have to constantly clean the bottom from water. Yeah, and I wish I could use my, I miss my books. That's the thing I miss the most. My books and I have more of those pink lights, I had them everywhere before. I miss this stuff, but I don't want to take it out because the mice make a mess. And then look, there's so much dust, and all I do is dust. But when you have those vents as heaters, it's a nightmare. So yeah, this jacket, by the way, for those of you who talk about recycling, it's 14 years old. Okay, best way to recycle is to stop throwing away stuff. That's the best way to recycle. But again, there's those like Klaus Schwab and Greta, the little idiot, who talk about global warming, now convenient to call it climate change, who then travel in their Learjets, or like Bill Gates, He travels around the world talking about how we need to depopulate because we're just too many people polluting. And how does he do it? In his private Learjet, and tells you to not drive your car. And you can drive your car for like gazillion millions of miles before you catch up to the pollution the planes that they use cause. But some of us have a brain, and we know the difference between propaganda and actual science. And we have the balls to stand up for it too, even if not physically. But most people, they just want money, clout, and feel accepted by the sleepo and the group of And they want the platforms to push them. And to me, it's like, yeah, of course I'm not going to push my content. I speak truth and I go against the cult bullshit they're trying to pull and push. But it's sad. You really think any of you who help the cult are going to be saved? The cult doesn't care about you. And you're screwing over your own brothers and sisters for your personal gain. How sad. But we still love you, and I wouldn't hurt you anyway. I would stop you if I saw you hurting someone else, but I would never hurt you. I'm not, I don't believe in violence. And I don't believe in wars, and I don't believe in fighting and arguments. Discussions, finding solutions. Yeah, that's what we need to do. And that's why I say, if you want to put pharma in your body, go ahead. It's your choice. Stop trying to pass it as the absolute science, please. And stop trying to push it on everybody else. Because that's not cool. Oh, there is an hummingbird there. Look, guys. Oh my God. Little baby. So beautiful. Because it's frozen. See, I put that around it to try and keep it warmer, but I may have to take it inside. That's what I was doing before. I take it inside at night, I put it in the fridge so it doesn't go bad, then I put it back out. But I may have to do it. They're beautiful little creatures. And they're all suffering because of what we're doing to the earth. With all this electromagnetic, stuff flying around, all this AI stuff everywhere. It's so bad for our world. The waves and stuff. The EMF alone, like being in front of one screen, this one I was in front of for the past 2 years, has been aging me much faster than working 12, 15 hours days, always being stressed and stuff. And true, I'm also older, so I guess now whatever I do has a bigger impact on me. But it's not refocusing for some reason, the camera. I'm moving too much probably for this. There you go. But yeah, EMF is not very good for us guys. And that's why, people wonder why they don't feel well. You use microwaves? Very stupid. Very stupid thing to do. I don't have a microwave in my house. And I don't want one. I don't want any of that stuff. Stoves with Wi-Fi and all this stuff. This is the only Wi-Fi thing I use, and that's it. So, and I don't use it that much. I'm just using it now because I can't get my camera here. See? She self-plays. She's very entertaining. I love that dog. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go and get ready. I wasted enough time in a way here. And it's not wasted, but you know what I mean. I need to get stuff done. But thank you, platforms, all of you, for all the great help you gave people like us who have done great work to actually help people for real, who know what we're doing, and who are relentlessly continuing our job, even though we have had very little help in reality. Except for that one time when I was faking being an hijo and I was doing ear licking and showing some cleavage just to prove that at any age you can do that. I think I was 47 at the time. And I had to basically make myself do it because I find it so disgusting to, treat myself as a piece of meat. I don't find that empowering as a woman. I find that disgusting and sad, especially considering all the choices we have today. The suffragettes would be so proud of all of you girls. Yep. But you're making lots of money, right? That's all that matters. Yeah, and you're keeping the male counterparts who salivate after you in their bestiality mood, you know? There's nothing wrong with sexuality in the right place, the right time. But when it's, it's as if we treated men like pieces of meat. It's disgusting, and I don't know. I've never been to a male strip club. I've never had any desire to. I just don't find that stuff any attractive. I think it's sad, if anything. And I've never met anyone who was in that industry, and I met a lot of people in that industry in this town. I had friends who worked, behind the scenes as well. And none of them were happy, because when you treat yourself like a piece of meat, it's actually a sign that you were abused and you don't have a lot of self-esteem, and that you don't believe you deserve anything better. So as a healer, I'm sorry, I cannot stand by that. It's not political, it's just, from a healing standpoint, I look at it and I just send them love and light if they want it, and their higher self, and when they're ready to heal, because it's just sad. But yeah, women are perpetrating it now, and that's what is astounding to me. But hey, to each their own, right? I'm glad that Twitch did this. Good job, guys. Technology that you offer is really awesome. Now, I hope you jump on board on starting to promoting more wholesome streams and more people who do real healing and content of value, not this over-edited bullshit that a lot of people offer. She's exploring. So be good. See you soon, I hope. And namaste, if that's what you want to hear. Peace. Peace for all. Not piss. Peace for all. I could say piss for all, which would be a good joke for me, considering, I had bladder problems my whole life, and yesterday I brought flow into a new level of flowing, and I'm not going to go into more details, but let's just say that I bent down and, some kind of liquid came out and it shouldn't have. Yep. I really had to go and I couldn't keep it in. Like a child. I'm telling you, I'm going senile. I was laughing because I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this on top of it is happening. Then my computer broke, and this is after a few days of being sick. So yeah, and a friend in the hospital and stuff. So, but I have to send a lot of Reiki to many people, because there's lots of people in need. We have a group, if you don't know, on our Discord, where I'm offering people free attunements for the first and second level. Anyone who can pay $60, for getting the course and being part of it. And then they come and help us send Reiki to those in need. We always ask for permission to their higher selves if we can't ask them directly, because you never want to impose any of this on anyone. It's a personal choice to heal. Not everybody is ready to heal right now. And it's not our job to impose that on them, but it's our job to be there and support them in their healing when they do want it. So I have a specific room for that. We post pictures of those in need and the name. It's a private room. Only those who are doing healing have access to it. And they have to keep all the information private, because when you do Reiki, just like any other healing, you are not supposed to divulge the personal information. And you can only talk about with other healers who are participating in the actual healing. If they're not participating, you're not supposed to tell names or any specifics. Just so you know, these are ethics. We learn them when you learn Reiki. Like most of you who do tarot and all other stuff and don't do other modalities and don't know about ethics, it's not very ethical to talk about people's problems in a live chat unless they given you permission, for example, and I've seen it done many times. It's not proper to shit-face people in when you pretend to help them and stuff like that. So when you learn Reiki, you learn all this stuff, but Reiki has been around for a lot longer than the past 100 years, has been only rediscovered in Japan. But Reiki has been around since the beginning of time. It's what God gave to all of us. We all have healing palms. And the reason why we get reattuned today is because with all the modern stuff and all the chemicals and things that block our flow, which is found in the meridians of the body, which have been proven to exist because they can see them through a microscope. And that's where the energy flows through. That's why we're all able to do this, guys. That's why I always tell you, this is not a special trait for some people. Yes, some of us came here with very strong feelings and sensations and abilities, but anybody can learn and can develop them because you all have this stuff. See, her fur is there's some snow now here. Well, it's water now, but yeah. You stinker, are you having some fun? No, stay inside. Hey, come inside. I'm gonna close the door now. Come inside. Come on. Stay there, Spoonful. Spoonilla, you are a pest. Yes, I know, you had fun, but now we're closing the door. See how dark it is now? Look how destroyed this door is, guys. Man, I hate when stuff is like this. Look. It was like this. There, I tried to wash it and then I just applied it. So, we want to tell you all, we love you all. Even those of you who don't love us, we still love you. Yes, we do love you. And we hope that you come and join us on All Music Consider stream today. They are super welcoming. They're great people. And they love pharmacare, for example. Okay, guys? They love pharmacare. So, and we get along and we're just fine. Because live and let live, people. We all have a right to believe and do what we wish to our bodies. And we should be able to respect each other regardless, and help each other regardless, and love each other regardless. Yes, I can't find a light that will fit here. I asked my roommate, but he can't find it, he says. So I'm using the ring light. $4 at the Looney store, guys. On Amazon, it was like over 20 for a similar one. And I don't always plug it in because I'm using, I think this was for a phone, and I have to check if it's proper, voltage. It works. It's just I don't want to burn down the house, so I'm kind of careful. And I always have just twinkle lights. Like, this is my natural, this is how I operate. Like, this is the kind of darkness I work with, because my eyes have been used to this. I've had a lot of migraines for most of my life, and if I didn't keep the lights low, I would have been in pain even more. So yeah, but yeah, this is how my wires are. I feel really overwhelmed sometimes by this, and I'm glad I'm short, because look how small it is, guys. Yeah, that's my torture. Those mats, the spunk mats, so they're very old, by the way, and that's all fur from my butt that gets stuck there. But they are for acupuncture. They're like acupressure, sorry. So they operate in the same manner. Yeah, don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. Huh? You know the rules. Don't touch the wires. Get away from my computer. This is my computer. You cannot touch my computer. Yeah, the frou-frou likes to go and lay down there, but I'm gonna not let her anymore. I just want to make sure what we went through yesterday doesn't happen again. I'm sure it was gonna happen anyway, but if the one of the wires going to the hard drive was faulty, so that's why it happened. My computer just freaking died. But so yeah, so just want to show you again the beautiful place I live in. True awesomeness, guys. At least this part is cute. I focus on the stuff I like, and the rest I try and ignore. That's how I get through life, you know? When you don't have any other choice, what are you gonna do? So be good, and what can I say? Bye! This is my outfit. I'm trying to, you know, it's gotta kind of... See all this chub? Yeah, this has come in the past 2 years, being stuck at home in front of a computer. Yep, that's how unhealthy it is. But again, I used to always move around, right, in my job. And when COVID bullshit came around, they prevented me from doing my job. And I certainly wasn't scared of getting anything and getting sick because I knew better. Sorry, I know real biology. Not the bullshit they teach in Western shit school. But, you know, I know from life experience, by the way, not just from learning on books. So I've seen it with my own eyes. That when you're healthy, you don't get sick. It's amazing. Like, you can be next to a leprosy dude and you won't get it. They've done lots of studies, though, on this. So, you know, they just don't report them because they want to scare you, yeah? The fear mongers want to scare you so you'll comply. That's really what it is about. And, nah, it's not gonna happen. I'm wondering what that thing is. There's like a... It's like a reflection or something of lights that goes around my screen. It's weird. Yeah. I don't have so many decks. I have like 20, 21. So I have, but they're not like an insane amount. I use them all. They're all a little different. So the tarot deck I'm talking about. So I had to get that to get them organized because it was a crap show otherwise. And there you go. So be good. I'll see you later probably after, you know, all music consider and stuff. And ciao. Be good. Bye, Malpezi. And go check out Malpezi. Hey, give yourself a shout out, Malpezi. Come on. Do me, exclamation point me, Malpezi. I told you guys, when you come in, give yourselves a shout out. Even if you're not a mod, you can do it. So, I'm actually really inclusive. And, you know, unlike those millionaires ehos who some of your friends support so stupidly, I actually went through real abuse. Yeah. But I don't get any subs. No, of course. Why would I, right? Make sure you don't sub to me. Make sure you don't support my stream. Don't worry. Karma is a bitch. Have fun. Good job. Good job. See, that's what I like to see. Because I can't do it. In order to get in the chat, I have to actually go in the chat and get out of the screen. So, yeah. On the phone, I haven't figured out if there is another way. But it's okay. Just say bye. I love you guys. I want to say bye. I'm the Frou Frou. I'm over here. I'm very dark. You can't see me. But I'm here and I want to say bye. You can see my tiny paws. Yeah, the paws. You see the white paws? And now she has a little bit of gray on her belly. Finally. So we can sort of see her a little bit. The spoonful is so much easier to see. My goodness, spoonful. I love you. Yeah, you think I'm your food dispenser. Admit it, dog. Yes. You're my cleaner, my food dispenser, my mama. You're my human mama. She has grown a lot, guys. I just want to say. Like, this dog has become, like... She's not huge or anything compared to my other dogs. She's pretty small. But she has grown, eh? Yeah, the doggies. I love them. I love all animals. I mean, even the... I feel bad for the mice and the rats because they have a shitty life and they're very smart animals. I just feel sad because, you know, see all these wires and stuff? Like, the stuff that comes out of, you know, the Behringer mixer and all this. They're expensive. I mean, I spend a lot of money for these wires. Like this guy here. He's super long. This is my backup, and that's what I've been using because I didn't have money to go and buy a new one. This shit is expensive. It's not cheap, and they chew through that stuff. I mean, this is not like thin wire. It's thick. you know? Yeah. So I had a lot of damages for my birthday, and of course, very, very little amount of support in reality. So, you know, lots of expenses, and then, you know, one of the new musicians friends I made, I was away this week, and I wasn't really, you know, in anybody's stream. I got demoted. I didn't ask to be a mod, but if you are gonna mod someone and then demod them without saying anything to me, you know, you're telling me you don't want me around, right? And then I got kicked from the server, and I didn't do anything. I wasn't there. I wasn't silent. Like, the people I kick from my server is because they're never in there. They never support, in the sense that they just don't use it. So what are you doing in there, right? So I just don't know. I rated the person. I shared them all the time. And I just got demoted, and didn't say anything. So I just unfollowed and I fucked off. I'm like, you know, fine. If you don't want me around, no problems. I'm not gonna bother you, that's for sure. But, you know, yeah, these are how people treat others. But don't worry. If I was a young thing that was still screwable, then they would kiss my ass and, you know, oh, you're so cute. Man, so sad. And then they say women are gold diggers. I would argue that most men are more gold diggers than women are. They always treat better the rich, stupid assholes, and, you know, the ones like us who are just honest, good people. They always overlook us and treat us like crap. So I say it every day. Even people who are seemingly nice. But that's alright. That's their issue. I'm just saying. There's lots of shit out there. I got this stuff. Yeah. I hope you're doing well. I was thinking about you yesterday and the other day, because I haven't been around much. I have been, you know, dealing with all this stuff. But alright, I gotta go. I gotta get ready. I got a phone call pretty soon, a business call, so I have to go get ready and eat something before it happens. So I'll see you soon, guys. Be good, and remember, stay strong, and don't let people tell you what you should put in your body. Your body, your choice. Remember that. All these draconian mandates need to go to hell, because they've caused nothing but problems. Right? I agree. It's time you understand you cannot take away our personal natural rights, and we're not gonna let you. So, much love. Be good, strong, help each other, love each other for real, and support those who need the help. Stop supporting people who are millionaires and don't need the money. And buy 7-Elevens instead of actually investing in small businesses, which is what keeps the economy alive. And it's what they have been attacking with this past 3 years bullshit. They have managed to destroy a lot of small businesses, but the corporations have done great. Amazon is one of the companies who made the most during this past 3 years. Yep. So, truth. Much love. May freedom prosper. May you prosper. May we all be healthy. May everybody wake the hell up and start fighting for their freedoms, their rights, the health for their children, their loved ones, the world, and maybe all this earth will be restored to what's meant to be. The heaven it's meant to truly be. Much love, and keep helping others. And for anyone who wants to join the Reiki, please let me know. If you don't have the money to buy the course, it's $60 to learn the first and second level, and it's gonna be live classes. It's gonna be a lot of really good stuff. But if you don't have the money, please reach out to me either through Discord or here, the live chat, and I will set you up, and you can come and help us send loving, healing energy around. We're building the team right now, and I'm not your boss. I'm not above you at all. This is a real peer-to-peer community, okay? But we do have mods in my different tiers of mods, because not everybody wants to do Reiki, and the Reiki room is private. So I don't allow people who are not part of it to see. It's because we need to keep it private for respect for the people, you know? But anybody who wants to help is welcome. And, you know, the more the merrier, because we need a lot of hands and a lot of intentions, good intentions for people to make this work, guys. So hopefully more people will dedicate themselves to stuff that really helps and really works. Much love! Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm just going around. I'm waiting for some food. I'm hungry. I'm a little hungry. Bye, guys. We love you. Finally, I was able to actually see it straight. Yeah, because I couldn't. Hi, Spoonful. What's up? Mr. Dog. Yeah. She's next to me, the frou-frou. And the frou-frou's on the floor. I thought she went with my roommate, but she's back here. Oh, frou-frou. And she's not by the computer. I put something there. So, yeah, I just wanted to watch the video, and I always wanted to try to make it look like, you know, a telescreen on the other side. So that's my trial. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad. And the old musicals here, this was a video from yesterday, by the way. So if you don't know their schedule, they're actually on Tuesday and Thursdays and Sundays. So go check their schedule if you don't know it. If you've never seen them, you know, like you can go and check them out. They're very wholesome, and I know a lot of people have been on Twitch for a long time actually laugh when I tell them that there is wholesome content here now, but they are, and there is. I know it seems impossible, but it's happening, guys. Some of us have been kidding around, you know, that the platform is growing up finally. It's growing out of all this toxicity, you know, and this toxic audience, and now it's bringing in good streamers who are wholesome and also age-wise, you know, they're older, wiser. So actually there is more good audience out there, not just these horny toads. They're not horny toads, that's another thing. That's a frog that we use. They're all, you know, very, you know, young horn dogs, which we understand. We've all been through, you know, some kind of a phase, more or less. Not everybody does. Like, I had friends who, you know, some of them had Asperger, and then I don't know if it was part of the Asperger problem or, you know, was just them, but they... What are you doing? Why are you whining, Frou-Frou? I could hear you there, but they, you know, they were telling me that they were part of this asexual group because sex to them is disgusting. So a lot of people don't realize, right, that many people who are in the ASMR section, for example, are looking for relaxation, right? And because there is no section for Reiki, energy healing, you know, stuff that some of us do, we would rather put our stuff under those sections because then, you know, we wouldn't have the problem of being mixed up with all this other erotica stuff, which has nothing to do with what we do, right? And we end up in those categories, and a lot of our clients, and even I, who have had PTSD and have been abused, it doesn't happen now as much, but I still get triggered when I see people who do ear licking, for example, or, you know, when they act all sexual and they are turning ASMR into this sexual experience. Do what you want, I don't really give a shit. It's just when you're going in a section and, you know, you're going in with an idea and expecting something, and then you find something else that triggers you. It's like asking someone who went to war to not get upset when they hear a loud bang. We will. It's not something we can control. And I get it. A lot of people are very ignorant about what PTSD and complex PTSD are, which is what I have. I had complex PTSD, and it's worse even than PTSD. And there's lots of people like me out there. So the reason why I speak up is because, again, I'm a healer. So when people, you know, pretend that we have to accept what has been going on, and they have every right to do what they want. It's like, no, you don't actually, because you are not putting that stuff in the correct platform, in the correct place, and you're triggering people who have health issues. Because if you don't know, when you get an ab reaction from PTSD, complex PTSD, you're actually triggering a series of stress events in your body. It's like asking someone with epilepsy, those strobe lights will trigger their epilepsy. It's like asking them, well, don't complain about it, don't come in my stream. It's like nobody's complaining about this stuff. We're just pointing out that there is a place, a time for everything. And when you do certain things, those things can have an effect on people who have health issues. So if we have to be respectful toward those who, want to change sex, for example, my body, my choice, right? Well, then you have to respect the fact that some of us have actual health issues and regarding those kind of things. So there is a place for those things. It's not about taking away the freedom from those people, but it's about actually respecting each other, for real. Just like, I never went against people. If you want to use pharmacare, go for it. I'm not going to call you, oh, you're an asshole, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. But the moment you try to impose that stuff on me, the moment you try and put down what I do, and you call your stuff scientific and mine not, well, then we're going to have a different conversation. Because now you're crossing over to what's not acceptable, and this is what's been going on for the past 3 years and even before. So, I speak up about this because my health is important to me, and the health of the people who get triggered for those things is important. It's just as important as anybody else. So be mindful when you do stuff, and understand that it's not really the right place for certain things. And also there is a way, like some people do it because not every earache triggers me. That's the other thing. Over time, right? Because I've been working on it, because I don't want to get triggered at all. I don't give a shit. I just, if I don't like something, I leave. I don't go there. I don't troll them. I don't give flying F about it, basically. Leave and let live. But there is some kind of that ear leaking and those things some of them do that triggers because they're so vulgar about it. They're so explicit, And others are more elegant about it. So I still don't watch it just because if I stay there for too long, it will eventually trigger me. Even if I just hear the sound sometimes, it bothers me. So there are people with autism, for example. One of the big streamers, Squeeze she was talking about it, how she doesn't do any saliva sounds because she is apparently on the spectrum, and she talks about it in her stream. So that's why I'm talking about it. It's not some secret, And she was saying, if I hear saliva, triggers, I get angry, right? And that's exactly what was happening to me. And anger is usually when, if you have PTSD and stuff, it's when your boundaries have been crossed as a kid. When people get angry a lot, that's what is an indication of usually. And a lot of these people get offended if you even mention that stuff triggers you. I had an incident today in one of the streams that I actually have been supporting and I've liked. But I don't watch the streamer when she does ear licks, and she's not vulgar, she's not but it's just something that truly triggers the PTSD, and PTSD doesn't discern between, it's not political, it's just what it is. So I got basically told off because, I was just talking with someone else who brought it up. I didn't even bring this up. I was just saying, I get it because it triggers me. Like we were just having a conversation. And the person took it personally as if I was criticizing the stream. And I'm like, no, not at all. Like if you actually read what I wrote, it's right there, black and white. You can't bullshit when you write things, right? But people always, when people want to see always, they take you and they think that you're fake because you're nice to them, because you're trying to help them. Why are you doing that? Well, because we're all assholes. That's why. Because some of us have been in the gutters and we've been alone for a long time. We have been struggling and we know how it feels. So why would I let someone else go through the same shit if I can't even do a little bit to help them? And that's the point. But they don't trust you because everybody, has screwed them over. and they have their own series of PTSD, obviously, but and trauma that is not resolved, and so they react and take it out on you, the person who deserves the least of it, and then tell you that basically, just shove it. If you have a problem, it's your problem. It's like, no, I don't think that's how it goes. Especially when you expect me to respect everybody else's bullshit. It's called give and take in life, right? So I usually just avoid when I see repetitively that people don't like me and it's pretty obvious and that they don't want me around. I'm fine. Like I'll just, if I like the stream and I still want to support them because I know in spite of their behavior toward me, they don't deserve the shit they're going through. I also help them from a distance, but I'm not going to put myself in that position anymore because if I actually start telling them, what needs to be told in those situations, they're gonna cry a little bit. And I'm not interested in that kind of shit. Drama does not become me. I am not someone who enjoys any of that, and confrontation and all that, stuff that people who haven't resolved their own trauma do, Talking about stuff, though, is what intelligent and emotionally intelligent people do. We have discussions. We don't have arguments. We don't attack each other in the way that these people do, And to me, it's just sad to witness over and over where you are basically, treated like shit because you just don't fit in the little box, that they all want to fit you in. It's like, no, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm myself, and I don't apologize for it. I don't do anything that is rude or anything. Like you'll go in there in some streams, and they have all these rules. You can't talk about this. You can't self-promote. You can. It's like, so basically, if you go in there, you can say you can't ever, talk about streaming. You can't ever, it's considered self-promotion for. Oh my god. You guys really don't know how to be in a community, do you? I mean, I have a freaking comment where you can go me and promote yourselves. So you can see my position. Now, I accept that other people don't want the same thing in their stream. That's fine. But in the same time, it's like, if I wanted to find myself in this I don't know what happened. I stopped listening for a moment. But if I want to find myself in a situation where I basically have to constantly walk on eggshells because, no matter what I say will be misinterpreted and always, with the worst meaning, I'm just not interested, It's like, I'm sorry, I've had enough bullshit in my life to deal with. If you are looking for trouble, go somewhere else, and that's my feeling. So I basically avoid, and most of the times that's why I lurk in streams. Like if you ever see me lurking in your stream, understand that that's why. It's because I am so tired of people's bullshit politics and how they take whatever you say out of context, they turn it against you as if you are the bad guy when you're far from it, and to me it's like, I'm sorry, if my actions have not showed you how I am and you just want to just basically, always complain about what others do and, how, they're always bad. It's always, these people like this are always the ones who are in the right. They never do anything wrong. They're always, perfect for something. Then they'll tell you, no, I'm not perfect. Yeah, but the thing is, when you expect people to just have your same point of view, yeah, you basically act like a perfect person. It's like, what I say goes and what you say is bullshit. And there's lots of that going around. And for me, it's like, no, I'm sorry, you got the wrong person. I'm kind, I'm not stupid, I'm not your rug to step on and shit on me whenever you feel like I'm not that person. just to be clear, So if you mod me in your stream and then you demod me and you don't tell me why, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep around. I'm not gonna come around and ask you why. If you don't bother telling me what went down and why, I'm gone. I don't waste my time with people like that. I just never felt the need to do so, And I will tap on it if I'm bothered by this stuff, and I will talk about it in my stream, just because, let the walls of these screens speak for themselves. But I'm not gonna go and put more fuel on the fire. I'm walking away from the fire, basically. And that's the bottom line. So it's really interesting to see the dynamics of all these, non-vegans mainly, who obviously cannot really be quite balanced because they eat so much shit that, the brain is a chemical reaction after another. You don't think what you eat and the energy you're around and what you think doesn't affect it. Yeah, it does, unfortunately. And all these people, eat tons of refined sugar, which destroys your liver, which is the cause of anger, because that's where anger sits. So it's kind of expected, I see it every day. Like when you see these adults having tantrums, I used to go through the same shit, so I'm speaking also from that experience. It's not, a judgment, it's just what is. And a lot of people don't get it. It's the difference between judgment and putting you down and just seeing what is, It's really interesting to me. But I get it, I get it. If we don't shit on good people, we don't feel quite good. Pardon my French. The shit is not really a bad word, is it? Or is it? We should catalog which ones are bad words, which ones are accepted. It's so ridiculous. They get more offended by words than actions. That's what always makes me laugh about people like that. Very political, and I have no time for politics, no time for dialectics. I was the first one in my class. I was the best one in philosophy class in my class. I fucking kick ass. If you want to have an actual discussion with someone, yeah, I can have that. But I'm not interested in all this little petty bullshit that everybody seems to be so into. Not everybody, but a lot of people. It's your issue. Get over it. And then, you always find really nice people who are so helpful. Like I was watching 2 streams today, and I was in an art stream, and I was just telling them, I'm just lurking a little because I'm hanging out in this other stream. The streamer who is good, but it's not getting a lot of support, and nobody should go through all of that, right? So then the person in this art stream goes, what is her name? Do you have a link? Because we'll go and support her, So you see, like, the difference between you talk to some of them and you say, have you seen this stream or that stream? Have you, it could be useful, and they think you're trying to promote them. It's like other streams in their stream. They don't get that you're actually just trying to actually help them to share people, and so they can make new friends, and they can have new contacts and bring new people in their stream, right? If you don't work in a team, that's where a lot of problems are. If you don't have a team, and you're just working on your own, it's a lot harder to make it, especially if you don't have the cult behind you. If you're not part of the satanic cult, you're not going to be able to make it much. That's just the reality. So, you try and do your best, but just like my friend Al says, at some point, you can't help them beyond, right, what they can get. Some people just, are not ready to heal, and so they will basically mistreat anyone who is truly helping them, because ultimately they're not ready to heal, so they'll just push anyone who can help them away, or who is just a good support to them, because obviously, like real help is just a lot of times just being there and listening when people are bitching. I usually don't listen to you bitching unless you're tapping, but when people are really stuck and they don't want to tap, then I tap for them, and I still listen. So I just find it ridiculous that they still find ways to argue and to fight with people, like me. It's like, wow, you really are looking for trouble. It's like, why? Life is so short. And it's already so fucking hard. But that's how it goes. So, let them be, and be there when they're ready to heal if you can, within reason, because, obviously, um, if it triggers you and you get really angry and stuff, then you have to look out for yourself first. See, it doesn't really do that to me anymore much. And if it did, I would just tap the shit out of it until I'm actually feeling good. So it's not really a big deal. But yeah, I notice it. I'm like, okay, well, if that's how it is, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna keep trying because it's pointless. It's like, there's actually some kind of narcissist that always plays the victim, and they basically always blame everybody else for their problems, and then when they're done using you, they chuck you out like old news. And I mean, I would see it as a reflection, like, you help people and stuff, and they never really help you back, and they never really have any inclination to do so. Because for me, it's not about them even helping back. It's more about what is it about these people that makes them want to be so selfish. It's because they're triggered. It's because they're in fight or fight. And clearly that is what's taking over everything else. Because people are not in fight or fight. They actually understand that the law of nature is not actually competition, it's cooperation. Like, all this competition bullshit is a cult-based bullshit. Just like the pyramid scheme, only some can rise to the top. That's utter bullshit. Talent doesn't exist. Talent is just you having been exposed to something since you were a child, or you were born from people who were playing the piano. You're gonna have an inclination, most likely, but it's not given, to playing the piano, or at least you'll have some kind of ear for it, right? So it's exposure in reality. I mean, talent, what do you think talent is? Like, you really seeing that stuff comes out of you? You're a channel for divine love and light. That's where freaking inspiration really comes from. And then you, as a free sovereign, can choose to be attuned and in tune with this and actually live in real time that wonderful life. Now, a lot of us have trauma, unresolved trauma. So that's what's stopping the process. So a lot of these people not only are completely ignorant when it comes to any of the stuff that I've been surrounded since I was 6 years old, and many of us have been, but they judge it without having any knowledge. And then it's like a snowball situation where, one thing after another. It's really crazy to me, guys. So, and I see it, like, even when I'm in All Music Considered, for example, they are the loveliest freaking people. I don't know how anybody, honestly, could go in there and have any inclination to troll them. I just don't understand that. And you see trolls in there, no matter what, they're everywhere. And I look at them and go, I get it if you came to troll my stream, because at least I am outspoken, and, I talk about stuff that is uncomfortable. I don't do just music. I don't do music really like them. Anyway, like, they are the most lovely people, most welcoming, and they still find a way to be assholes. So you see, like, some people are just so hurt that they cannot do anything else. And obviously these people get banned on the spot when they do that, which is unfortunate for them because it's such a great community to be in. And, we don't have to all agree on everything, but we do have to respect each other and each other's needs, right? So, it's just crazy to me. It's really something that has baffled me to observe over and over on how a lot of people lack, respect for each other and emotional maturity on such levels, which is astounding. It's like, wow, you are kidding, right? And again, some of them may have multiple personality disorder and stuff like that as well. And there's lots of those. I think a lot more than we think. And so they'll snap in a different personality, and they're not really the same person, right? Like,
They even change physically. Like, I've seen it with my own eyes. So my dad used to be one of those people. When he was triggered, his eyes would go from brown to black, and I'm not joking. Okay, he looked possessed, guys. And when so I dated this guy, right, many years ago. He is one of the nephews of the president of Pepsi, who is an Indian woman, if you don't know, from East India, okay, from India. So East Indian from India, not East Indian. Anyway, so it's a woman, you know, in a very manly world, and you know, she made shit ton of money, obviously, the president of Pepsi. So of course he was always salivating, you know, for what she had, and he was always kind of like jealous, you know, I think, and his mom as well, because his mom was like a cousin, I guess. And so it's like not an aunt, but it'd be like a cousin, second removed, whatever you call them in English. Anyway, so it was a first cousin for his mom, second cousin for him. And this guy, now I forgot what I was gonna say about this guy, damn it. There was a point in that story, but it doesn't matter. He'll come back. God, I totally forget. What did I say? Totally forget. Never mind. I just don't remember what I was trying to say about it. Wow. It bothers me when that happens though, because it's like, seriously? Alzheimer? Dementia? What is it? My grandpa had both, so I've seen firsthand what that does to you. It's pretty sad. I mean, especially when changing your diet can just take care of stuff really easily, so it's pretty sad. I don't remember what I was gonna say about this boyfriend at all. It wasn't about him necessarily though. He was just part of that story that I don't remember. Oh well. Moving on. Next. Maybe if I hear the story, it'll come back to me. It'll probably come back to me later when I have nothing better to do. I'll go, oh, that's what it was. It's in the recess of my mind with a lot of other stuff that I don't remember. Thank God. Because probably some of it is not really good. Yeah, I have this great ability to, you know, just when a traumatic events happen, I just forget the whole thing. Oh yeah, okay, now I got it. So I always told him about my father, this boyfriend, right? So he was an engineer. He's an engineer in ocean engineering. He's a PhD in ocean engineering. So he's one of those brainiacs, okay? And he was, you know, writing codes and building programs to see how the water would behave around oil platforms. And, you know, he was basically... It was quite interesting to watch, actually. He would show me, and I was like, oh, that's so freaking cool, man. But anyway, this aside, so he was very logical, very, you know... down to earth in many ways, very brainwashed in others, but he wasn't any logical person. So when I would tell him about my father, how my father would literally freak out and his eyes would go black, and it wasn't just some story, it was the truth. My mom witnessed it, you know, like, this is real shit. And he wouldn't believe me, right? And one day he witnessed it. He grabbed his pants. I was like, I told you, I was like, fuck. Why would I lie about something like this, right? And he's looking at, well, you know, people lie about things for all kinds of reasons. I'm like, do I look like a fucking liar in those things? Yeah, I can lie to you if I want to, because I've been around. Anybody can. All you gotta do is make the lie credible and, you know, believe in it and whatever. Like, you can learn on books all this stuff if you want. Read some books on the CIA and stuff. It's pretty interesting. But do I look like one of those people? Like, you know me. You've been with me for like 2 years. You should know better. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny when he witnessed it, and it was like, holy shit. My dad was fucking crazy when he was triggered like that, because he had real trauma, and he was also sexually abused as a kid, right? So 3 people in my family out of 4 were sexually abused as kids. Yeah, we had a few problems there. You would think, why? You know, why do you think this sexual stuff triggers? You know, people like me, because it actually has. And there's lots of people who have been abused like that and don't ever talk about it because they feel shame. Most people who have been abused actually don't talk about it because it's a shameful thing. Well, me, I'm shameless for real, so I don't give a shit. I just want this stuff to stop. So I'll do whatever it takes. But it's painful to go through this stuff, and it does scar you for life, and then your health is fucked. And unless you work on it and you really are determined to getting better, good luck. Good luck, because most people went through stuff I even went through are dead by my age. They're dead, and they usually get into really bad drugs, which I couldn't, luckily, because I was too sick to do that. So, yay. It saved me in a way, right? But it's the truth. These are the actual reality of these things. And I took the time to learn this stuff, because obviously I wanted to heal myself, and so, I spent many, many years learning stuff and applying it. So I have direct experience. I don't have second-hand book experience of shit, which is what you get in university. I have actual experience also in real life. So I read and I also practice. And I lead by example. I'm not one of those who will say, hey, that's how you have to do it. I do it myself first. That's how we do things. And children don't learn by you telling them stuff. They learn by you doing stuff. And if people actually spend some time in All Music Consider stream, for example, they say these things in there as well, by the way. So they're helping people with their stream. And, yeah, I know some people come in there and they're jerks. And it's also because they're triggers, some of them. The war thing, if they see the Ukraine flag, they go, oh, so you're on Ukraine's side, some of them. And I get it. Look, if you're a Russian and you're being abused and you have been suffering as well, I understand the reaction you may have, but have you ever thought about the fact that they may be from Ukraine? Then what, it's their stream. They can do what they want in there. They're not being abusive toward anyone. They are just spreading love to everybody. But this is the kind of people who also come in there and then they start trolling you. And it's like, well, them, not me in this case. But I look at it and I go, dudes, do you understand these people are actually loving individuals who are trying to, just make the world better and share their beautiful music? And you can disagree on stuff with people, but you cannot be so disrespectful. That's not okay. And I see it. I see it in there. I see it in many other wholesome streams that, I look at and I think, why are people like this? Because I think a lot of them are bots, to be honest. I don't even think they're real people. It's just the way they act, and I know, some friends sort of explained a little bit how they do it. I don't know a lot about it, but I understand how, the mechanics a little bit work. And so I'm like, okay, I get it, but it's still, what's the point, how is this making the world better? On Odyssey, they had a problem with bots, for example, where they would go in all these streams that were, sharing truths and stuff, and they were spreading really anti-Semitic comments and stuff. And it was bots doing it. It wasn't people. Because they're trying to create a divide, there's all this hatred toward Jews. And it's like, yeah, there is some, it's true, but there's also hatred from them toward other people. So it's the bots that are designed to piss off people and fight with each other. It's like, how about we all stop hating each other? Have you ever thought of that? That's why I make fun of all of it, and that's why I call my dog a white supremacist, because she's mostly white, because it's like, this whole thing is just so stupid. It's like, oh my god, you cannot see they're all psyops to try and piss you off with someone else, They don't. But to me, it became extremely evident when I moved from Italy to Canada. And, being above the States as, living in Canada gives you a very good perspective of what's actually truly going on around. And I've been, my eyes completely opened to some things that I was wondering about, and I got my answers, and I was like, oh my god, like there's so much propaganda around the world. And the propaganda we give to different countries it's adapted to that country. Because you see, a lot of these big brother, governmental bodies, they have programs where they actually send people to learn about the country and the people, so they can brainwash them better. Because remember, a friend, someone who befriends you trust, can actually brainwash you a lot better than someone you don't trust. Because even with hypnosis doesn't work well when you don't trust who is doing the hypnosis. And hypnosis cannot brainwash you, by the way. That's another level of hypnosis. So there's lots of misconceptions about hypnosis as a natural state we go into every 2 hours. Our brain every 2 hours needs to download all the information that has entered it. So every couple of hours, if you notice, there are circadian cycles that are called. You will go into this, 5 minutes where you feel tired and you feel like, you're sleepy, and a lot of us used to go and drink coffee. No, it actually, in those times, if you start tapping on your karate chop point, you will help your brain download the information, sort it out, and relax, and then you can come back, no problems. And I've done it. So that's why I was able to change my diet, and I was able to do a lot of things. It's because I learned this scientific stuff and I applied it. And I was relentless about it. And don't get me wrong, some days I don't tap, even now, and usually I don't need to tap actually, but there are days where you just don't feel like it, and that's because in those days you are not ready to process this stuff. You have to go through, whatever uncomfortable situation you have in that moment. However, it's very rare for me to ever not tap now. I've literally trained myself over and over for 9 years to every time I'm triggered, I start tapping right away. It's like someone is confrontational with me, I start tapping right away. So I don't even go into that heavy triggering mode. When I bypass that, and that's what I want to explain to people once and for all, PTSD and complex PTSD and those knee-jerk reactions we cannot control because they are so quick that you cannot control them with your will. Your will is not powerful at all compared to the underlying unconscious belief system and habits that we have acquired through life. And this has been scientifically proven. So when you see someone reacting to something, it means that they're actually, in flight or fight. And in that moment, trying to have a conversation with them, it's impossible because they're in survival mode. So you first need to take them out of survival mode, and then you can have that conversation with them when they're calm and they're actually back with themselves. And so that's why I don't argue with people, because arguments always come out of people who are triggered. Discussions are from people who know how to ground, how to, relax and be in the moment for real, and then they can have a conversation. So when you say to them something that goes against their belief system or that could remind them of someone abusing them, for example, they won't get triggered because it's in the triggered state that we fight with each other. So even now, even today, when people treat me like shit, I know they're triggered. And that's why most often I just leave and I let it be, because in that moment it's not the right time to talk to them. Now, if someone does stupid shit like, unfriend me, demod me, without telling me anything, kick me from their server, then for me that's an action that they took, and so they're showing me in action that they just don't want me around, right? And so I go, okay, you don't want me around, fine, I'm gone. I'm not gonna come around and bother you, I'm not gonna call you out in my stream name and surname and what you did. I'm just gonna say, someone did this, I'm sorry, I'm gone, If I talk about it, it's not important. You don't want to go and attack people who are already in a state of flight or fight. You're not helping them. And if you get offended, I understand. I mean, you could also get triggered, right? They get triggered, you get triggered. But if you start tapping, you'll come out of that triggering situation. And a lot of times that helps them as well. Because when you change the way you feel about them, they will also change the way they feel about you. And so that's what I do. I help people from a distance when they become to that level of, triggering. And I stay the fuck away. It's just common sense and respect. But other people, who don't know how this stuff works, they judge them. They call them bipolar, crazy, all kinds of stuff. I mean, the other thing they do is, they must be autistic. There is actually a streamer on YouTube who talks about it, how autism, it's not like, it's not the same as calling someone a jerk. And they use that as, a substitute. And this guy, he's autistic, this man, and he was talking about it, how it's so disrespectful, right? I'm like, yeah, but that's ignorance, Like sometimes I'll see things like that where I think sometimes that, I am on the spectrum somewhere, if, like, even wanting to believe in all of that. There is some truth in a way, but I also know other things about this stuff, so I'm not going to get into it here. But there are ways to basically, get better. It's usually to do with trauma and how our brain processes trauma. So you could have had trauma in the fetus, basically, and then your brain hardwires in a certain way. And that's what happens to people who have PTSD and complex PTSD, since when you're a child, when you're abused as a child, your brain hardwires in a certain way. And so when I see or hear certain things, I can go directly into flight or fight. And it's so quick that it bypasses the midbrain, which is what most of normal people who haven't had this kind of trauma will go through before going into flight or fight. The midbrain goes, okay, is this a threat? This is not a threat, and then they don't get upset like someone who has PTSD. They don't react, basically, they act on the situation. And that's what you can see when someone actually had real trauma. And so trying to explain this to a lot of people who are very ignorant about this is a challenge sometimes, because they just take your words as an offense toward them a lot of times, and they don't realize, no, it's not at all what this is about, right? But we also do want to educate people on this, because the bottom line is, if you don't know how something works, you will judge it ad infinitum. But if you start learning how things really work, you're going to have an understanding for it. And then, instead of looking for a fight, you're going to find ways to actually, resolve things and get along. And so, hopefully more people will start realizing this kind of stuff. There's lots of people like Dr. Dawson Church. They go out of their way to share this knowledge and to show them. So it's there's lots of information out there now. So hopefully more people will start realizing this and will start being a little kinder to each other, and not just, this bullshit that you see everywhere. Like, personally, I don't really feel this need to go after people. There are things that bother me about some streamers. Like, if, for example, I'm in a stream and they, like a lot of e-girls are like that, right? They think they're superior somehow to others. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them, oh, I'm so beautiful. Oh, you think I would have all these viewers if I wasn't like so skinny? If I didn't do all, like, they have all this belief system, right? And it's bullshit. Like, I see ugly people considered ugly by mainstream. I'm saying, not by me, but they're considered ugly by mainstream, but they have shit ton of people, right? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So, but some people have this fake Hollywood beauty in their head, and they think that's actual beauty. And like, well, no, and we don't all like the same things, thank God. And so why are you fretting over, things that don't really matter? But they are so in their loop and so brainwashed and so lost in their ways that, you can't even reach them with any form of logic. They just won't be able to listen to you. The moment they're triggered, that's it. The listening skills are gone because you're triggered. And this is true for everybody. So the difference between someone who has PTSD, complex PTSD, and someone who doesn't, is that when you don't have these problems, you will go into midbrain, evaluate, oh, this is not a threat, this comment was not a threat to me, and react accordingly. So people who overreact to things we say is because they're actually in flight or fight. That's why. So they're super edgy, and anything that even remotely will make them feel bad about themselves, whatever is the issue, the abuse they've been through, that will be why they are reacting. So yes, does a part of us still get, put off by that? Yeah, we're all human beings. And I have been abused a lot in my life, so when I receive that kind of, treatment, I don't look at it very well. It's like, when people try and constantly assert that they're above you, and I'm like, you're not above me, but okay, if you feel that way, whatever. If that's what you need to feel good about yourself. But I'm certainly not your little bitch, and I never will be. And I don't expect you to be mine. It's give and take in life, right? But I don't really give a fuck to talk about them and to, pardon my French again, I'll have to put it on mature audience only here. Yeah, I'm joking. I really don't care, because the bottom line is, it's their issue, and if they want to be losers and stuff, they can go right ahead. They're building their own karma. I'm not responsible for it. Certainly, I'm not gonna sit around and take abuse, right? But in the same time, I'm not gonna get upset just because some, person who has a chip on their shoulder needs to feel superior to others, right? Yes, I agree. She's trying to attack me, my doggy. Yeah, you're attacking your mama. Why? What? I had a salad. I probably smell like salad right now. Yeah, I had the salad with olive oil and a little bit of salt and lime. Hey, what are you doing, stinker? Oh, the biscuit. Hey, it's too beautiful, biscuit. Yes, I do. Yeah, you're beautiful dogs. Even dogs have their arguments, But they resolve them more easily, usually. And they don't stay pissed at each other. Well, unless there is some reason. Oh, you're not eating your keyboard now. You like the potatoes, though. I made potatoes with onions, and they had some, actually. They say onions are bad for dogs and stuff, but every now and then I give them a little bit of onions because they're a good cleanser. And if they don't want something, they don't eat it. If, it makes them sick, they're not stupid. These dogs. But they like it. Onions balance potatoes. Potatoes are very acidic in nature, and onions are very alkaline, so that's why I like to cook them together. They help each other. And I do like it because when I get hungry when it's cold outside and I want a little bit of starch that is not too bad. I know. You're a very adorable dog. Yes. Why are you crying? But I certainly feel better now. No coffee, so it's 8 days now without caffeine for me. And it has been quite interesting of an experience, I have to say. Yeah. It's been interesting because I haven't really craved it. That's what's stunning for me. I haven't craved it, and I haven't had migraines or caffeine withdrawals. It's like, I know I did it before, and so I guess it's not that I haven't gone without it before, but not like this. Like, I did feel it before when I went without it, and I was actually making. It wasn't too hard because I was sick, but when I wasn't sick anymore, then I wanted it again. Well, now I'm looking at it going, actually don't feel so bad without it. I feel good. I have more energy actually. I find that my adrenal glands are certainly not stressed. Coffee is really bad for the adrenal glands. A lot of people don't realize. And when you have PTSD and stress and you're always in fight or fight, your adrenal glands are constantly attacked. So it's very, very hard to, feel better, basically. But yeah, I'm yawning right now just because, the food is probably settling in. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:36. That's also why. This is my time. This is my time. I'm boring myself. That's why I'm so boring that I even bore myself. I even bore myself. I'm playing with a little dog. Who's that nose? Who's that beautiful little dog of mine? Oh, look at She's so smart. My two girls, they're so smart. I love my puppies. Now I'm giving them a couple of cookies. Oh, you can lose it for a floor. I'm so sorry, Bobo. My pigeon. Here you go, sweetie. She's a good girl. She learned how to not chomp on my fingers, the little dog. Oh, bro. Here, Fufu. Here, I give you. Okay, just to make it fair. She lost one over there in the recess of the couch. The tiny cookies, they love them. I think we have a new box coming soon. They're the mini ones. I love the mini cookies because they are really great. So I meant to give a shout out to All Music Considered as well. And if you don't know about Clever Day, go check out Darth Rips as well. Here, I'll just do a shout out for Darth as well. He's really good on the guitar, and I'll give a shout out for All Music Considered. I think you guys should come and check. They're streaming tomorrow. Go check their schedule. Oh, I also see that Gary's piano is on right now. If you like jazz, he is really relaxing. And yeah, I really dig jazz. So. And Malpisi is still on, but I already gave him a nice shout out. And then Andrea is on. Well, the way I give Andrea shout-outs is by doing this. Because she also has a fridge. Because she also always gives food to people. I guess, I found another one who, she's Italian. Origins are Italian. So I was joking that, I guess it's something we all have. So I always make these food emotes and stuff, but, I thought I would make my own version of the fridge, and then I include her links in there because she's very good on the guitar, and she's a teacher, and if you become a sub, she's giving tips to how to play the guitar and stuff for her subs. So it's a new thing that she's doing. I'm not really a good guitar player at all. Like I'm not, just not. So I would have to become a lot better, but if I have time, I go in there and listen, A, because I like when she plays, and 2, because I always like to learn more, so, it's nice. So, and I see that Squishy is still on. She does really nice ASMR. She doesn't need a shout out from me because she has 1,100 people right now watching her. So, but I'll still do it because I think a lot of people may like ASMR. I'm sure most people know her because, you know, she pops out on your screen sometimes. But also, if you like ear licking, for example, and you like someone who does it not being vulgar, and also she is so good when she does the tapping, she's really good. And if you help her, you would be helping someone who, you know, is a good person and is not really supported much. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. Really, I don't know, because it's not the quality, it's just I think it's something else that I quite don't get. But anyway, she's really good, and she, you know, she doesn't always do ASMR now, but like even before, I think she was always doing also just chatting and mix. I mostly was in there because I liked her tapping and her ASMR. It was really soothing. When she does ear licks and stuff, if I am not streaming and I'm not busy, I will lurk with my ASMR channel, and I usually lurk in different streams with my two channels, you know, to help people who don't have as many viewers and stuff. So I don't really watch the ear licking. Again, she's not like the others, like some of them are really so sexual. She's not. She's elegant, she's nice, she's cute. But, you know, it's taste, right? Like some people may like it, some people may not. So, I'm not arguing on, you know, likes or dislikes of people. I'm just saying, you know, it's a slightly different flavor to what you find in other ear licking streams. Like she doesn't do it in a way that is like so triggersome. Of course, if those kind of sounds, you know, like Squishy says, she gets triggered with any saliva sound, so she avoids it. And I get it, you know, like I get it because I have the same issue. Not with all saliva sounds, but I don't like them as much, you know, all those. It's okay sometimes, but I'm not always into it. And the ear licking can be relaxing because it's sort of like ear massage. But even when they do ear massage and they put a lot of lotion on, sometimes it bothers me a little. So it's a different flavor of what people do. But I really like how she does the tapping, how she, you know, and she's interesting as a person. It's nice to talk to her, and I don't know. Yeah, you know, not everybody's for everybody, right? So, again, I just think that these people are relaxing, but maybe you won't, right? So, go check them out for yourself and see what you think. And I do share, you know, people. I don't expect people to share me back or, you know, follow me and stuff. But I definitely, you know, appreciate it when people appreciate what I do as well. It's when it's not just a one-way street, of course. It's nicer. I mean, but it's not something I expect, and I often actually give them shout-outs, but I don't really tell them. And I don't think they can tell unless you do a proper shout-out. I'm not sure how that works. So, it's not because I get something in return, so, you know, it's just because I actually genuinely like them, so I just want to put it out there. I'm not really someone who does ass kissing and all that. I'm just not into it. I'm just a kind person naturally, but I also don't take much bullshit from people on the other side, right? Like, when I was younger, if people treated me the way some of them treat me now, I would have freaking beheaded them with my words. I used to be, man, something. My tongue was my sword, and they would fucking cry. I would go, well, you are an asshole, what do you expect? You know, I'm just mirroring it right back to you, buddy. You don't want to be treated like shit, don't treat people like shit. And I still stand by it. It's just now when I see that, I know most of the times is because they have unresolved trauma, right? So I actually use all the techniques that I know, and you can do a lot of things in conversation, and you can actually help people without them realizing as well. But one of the best gifts is to just step away when they're in confrontational mode and don't buy into it, because it just won't bring anything good, you know. And that's why when people throw others, I'm like, what is the point, you know, like. What is the freaking point, man? Oh yeah, it's because they're triggered, right? Once upon a time, 4 years ago, when I started streaming and I had a lot of these idiot trolls in my stream, I would basically, even like 2 years ago I think I did it, I would put their name up on my stream and I would say, see this name? He has been here trolling me. He was an asshole for no reason. And I would shame them for an hour. I would first block them. It was kind of fun. But because those people hate being quiet, right? Yo, Poor Malone, what's up, buddy? You're not streaming today. Or are you? No, you're not streaming. I don't see you on. Sometimes I have one channel on one and the other, but I think I have yours on both of mine. I shouldn't, at least anyway. What's going on? How is your stream been? How have you been? If you haven't checked out Poor Malone, by the way, Poor Malone, you can do a self shout out in my stream, okay? You can come in, you write me, then you write your name, and magic happens, okay? Just so you know, just be aware of this, you know, you can come in and do that. Everybody is welcome to do that, so I just like to include and share streams. And I don't always do shout-outs every stream I do, because sometimes I forget, or, you know, I'm busy, and sometimes I'm also lazy, I have to admit. I should just have comments for everybody, you know, like, Poor, Gary, like all the people I share so much, I should just have quick prompts for them, but yeah, my stream is pretty chill. I'm just chit-chatting right now, I'm wasting time, and waiting. So I wanted to do some ASMR on the other channel, but I need to also set up a REIKI session as well. So much to do, so little time. You bet, you're funny. I have been lurking in your stream here and there. It's just sometimes I'm just so tired, I don't want to say anything because I'm just exhausted. But you're a funny guy. You are totally funny. I love it when you put down, I am so, when you write stuff like, I'm too high to see. I was like, oh god, I've been there. I get you. For me, it was mostly because I was in pain a lot. So the first thing I would do when I would wake up in the morning was hit the bong. Otherwise, I just couldn't move. My hips and my body was so fucked up. So it was my pain relief, but see, back then, I found out fairly early, but in the beginning I didn't realize, you know, that sativa actually makes me get migraines. It's just too exciting for me. So I'm indica or hybrid, mostly indica, and it has to be mostly for pain relief. So I don't use stuff now that gets me really high. It's mostly pain relief, right? When I really need it. And I don't smoke much now compared to before. But I don't like the taste of smoke in my mouth, so it's really crappy for me. And I don't eat wheat because it's just too hard on my system. I get very tired and my kidneys are not happy. So I'm super careful, basically, you know, about what I do. Yo, what's up? Thank you for following, Rocky Loved 56. That's a very gematria number, big number in gematria. And for the cult, 65 and 56. Yeah, I like gematria. I like to look into all that stuff. I mostly did it because I would notice the numbers on the movies, you know, they were always the same numbers, and I was like, what, they only have those numbers of it? And then someone started talking about gematria, I was like, what the hell is gematria? Oh, some people call it gematria, I guess, but I call it gematria like an Italian. That's funny. No, I'm not Canadian, I'm just, I'm Italian, but I live in I'm Canadian, but I'm Canadian Italian. I am Italian. I was born and raised in Italy. I moved here when I was 24, so I lived here 25 years. I'm almost 50 now, so I'm in my 50th year. Next year I'll turn 50. It's like, holy shit. I made it to almost level 50, guys. I never thought I would get here. And what years we have been witnessing, right? Like, so much weight. Sometimes I think my dad died 14 years ago. Sometimes I think he just spared himself a lot of bullshit. So, I don't know, it was unlucky here, man. Yeah, so I have an accent whether I speak Italian or English. It doesn't matter. It's quite a joke, actually, among my friends, you know. Because obviously I can speak Italian fluently and I understand it, but when I first start speaking Italian, I totally speak like a Canadian. It's like, what? I have an accent in Canada, I have an accent in Italy, it doesn't matter. But it's okay. Who cares? It makes you sound exotic. Actually, many people asked me if I was Russian. They even asked me if I was Mexican. But I have light eyes. I have red hair. Well, it's like chestnut red. And I don't really have white skin, it's olive, so I'm kind of greenish, you know. So I was like, what the fuck? There are Mexicans with light eyes? I didn't know this. I know there are Indians with light eyes, East Indians, because they were invaded by the Brits, right? So, but I didn't know. But Russian, I get it, because I could look Russian. And they asked me if I was French from my accent, which is similar, Italian, I can see that too. So it's been quite funny actually. In Canada, like in Vancouver, you meet all kinds of people. It's pretty funny. As a city, it's quite the Wild West sometimes. My dogs are having fun right now, guys. They're playing actually with the toy. Frou-frou, what are you doing? Yeah, I took a video of them. If you guys haven't seen it, you should go and see the beasts I have in my house. Oh, the two bitches? Yeah, you are bitches. It's not a bad word in your case. No? When I call myself a bitch, yeah, that's a bad one. They're having fun. They just had their food, so they're a bit excited. Do you need to go out? Is that why you're being silly? You need to go out and pee? And poo? And do your business? The frou-frou, she sounds like murder, but she's not. I promise, she's a very, very nice dog. She's so funny. Yeah, I took a video this morning of them playing. Oh wow, wow. Oh wow. Because yesterday, one of the streamers that I watch sometimes, or often I guess, because I like the ASMR, she was saying, oh, you know, I want to see your dog, so I thought today, oh, I'll just, you know, take a video, and then she can always watch it if she wants to. And they're funny, like they were playing in the bed for so long. It was quite a fun day. I mean, fun more than anything. Fun an hour. Yes. Yes, I know, Frou-Frou. You are so talkative. What are you doing? Are you playing with your toy? Oh, did you find some crumbs? I guess they love their food because they chowed it down now. So good job, girls. Very good job. They love my soups. If I have my vegan soups, they are addicted to them. I always have to give them the broth because when I give them the broth, they chow down their food in 2 seconds. But tonight I didn't give them anything. I gave them potatoes and stuff, and then I gave them some kibble. They are hungry today, I guess. The cold is affecting them too. When it's cold, I always get hungry. It's funny. And God knows I don't need to eat really. I mean, I have enough chub. I could go a month without eating and still be fine, probably. I would be a lot skinnier, but I don't know how I feel about that. I like my chub. I need it. It's comfy. Right, Spoonful? If a war comes, you last longer if you have chub. Well, I don't know actually. You can't run as fast. Away from the zombies. What are you doing, little doggy? Yeah, I love animals too much. These furry beasts. Where are you going, Boo? She's very playful today. The Frou-Frou usually is much lazier, and I mean, she already played like an hour this morning with her sister. Oh wow, you want to play with her now? Get her, little Spoonful. You know, Frou-Frou, Flacco never behaves like that. Yes. You need to take a page from Flacco's book. They actually listen to you, it's fine. If you scold them, they listen to you and they're silly. Well, anyway, I was gonna, what time is it? I wanted to do a REIKI session tonight on stream. I think I'm gonna do it on this channel and then I'll just do ASMR on the other one. That's what I'll do. So, yeah. I was thinking of doing some Reiki on the other channel. I guess I could do that though. I don't know. I'm indecisive right now. Because I like to keep the other channel for like proper ASMR, but I always do my own kind of thing. So, I don't know. Indecisive. I'll think about it. You know, I was thinking of hitting the bong and relaxing myself because I haven't really done anything today, and then I can decide what to do. Well, that's not very nice, and that kind of was a shock to my system. And the mic is not even that loud right now. Frou-Frou. She's very vocal, but she never does anything like... She's very gentle with her mouth, actually. She's one of those who, you know, are all talk and no walk. Yeah, she's one of those. Me, I'm talk and walk, so... You right? My baby, you are such a sweet dog. Why do you always try to come across like a biatch? I want my batteries not cost, Mother. That's why I'm a dog and I want to play. She's just trying to play with you. She's your little sister. Oh, Frou-Frou, I love you. I love you. Oh, hi, Frou-Frou. Don't worry, you know that she loves you. She's a very loving girl. Yeah, you are a loving puppy. You know that. You're two loving girls. Yes. You're so sweet. I know. I know you're my goose. And they love cats. When we had baby here, the cat that was killed by the raccoons, They loved her. They would go and kiss her. You know. Minnie really loved her. Frou also loved her. And Spoon loves her, but she also tries and hurt her because that's her nature. She's a hurting dog. The cat. Obviously, you don't want to be hurt, but you know. I'm not a cow. Stop trying to hurt me. I love you, push. Well, I need to do some work because there's some people who need some help and, you know, they're going to sleep. And when people sleep, it's the best time to send them Reiki, so. Because the mind stops the healing, unfortunately. And so, you know, it's a lot easier when people sleep. So, I was gonna do some of that. But I think I'm gonna do it on the other channel tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna stream there. Some nice relaxing Reiki, ASMR. And then I'm going to probably go to sleep. Because I'm tired. It's been a long day. I should rate someone though. Gary, I wonder if he's gonna be on for a lot longer. Let's see for how long. Let's go check out what's going on in their stream. I think he's gonna be on for a bit. We could probably raid Gary, so if any of you wants to come along and raid Gary's piano with me. I don't see anybody else on, I mean there's Mount PZ, but that's more video games and he's fun though, Mount PZ is fun. It's just, I wanna raid someone who does relaxing stuff. Yeah. But chill, he's chill. It's all good. And he plays a lot. Like he's really one of those people who plays so much because he loves playing, right? So he loves music. So hey, if you are there, Andrea has more people and Gary has only 3, so I always tend to rate people who have lesser amount of from all the ones I love, you know, like, and I know, because I like others, it's just, there's so much you can do there. But let's rate down, and then I'll take a break, and then I'm gonna do some Reiki on the other channel, and see how it goes. Thank you. Oh, so that's the one I want to rate, you guys. I just wanted to share that with you. So, let's do it. The raid has been created, and we have 2 viewers. Whoa. 3 viewers.